Welcome, Gemini. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a reading for you. I've laid out two oracle cards to frame the reading, but I'm going to start with your overall energy, the Four of Wands, which is describing the establishment of a foundation. This can be the basis in a relationship for the establishment of a marriage, a partnership, a community gathering place, a community center, a team table, a place where you ritually conference and have discussions or are part of a larger conversation with others. But it is ultimately a celebration and in many ways describes a wish fulfillment, something that has organically taken root, become established for the general common good, and that you are now in a position to celebrate. I've pulled from the energy archaeology the card for belonging, and I'm going to read this card. You notice the two snakes centering around the sacral. This is a part of the spinal cord. And the key words, when it's in balance, are community, gathered, seen. When it's out of balance, the key words are overlooked, out of place. Your sacrum is a place of confluence, but at the same time, it's a gatekeeper of your sovereignty. Your sovereignty being your ownership of who you are, your authority to be who you are. Consider the left. See and feel the energy of your mother line, the flowing of generations before you who were born and birthed so that you may be here at this exact place and time within this lineage. Feel the container of the wombs that have held you, the breast that has nourished you, and the hands that have helped you. This matriarchal caretaking has woven you into a tapestry of wisdom. Consider the right. Feel the rhythm of generation after generation of your paternal lineage, the structure and cadence of the patriarchal thread that has brought you to this point, this place of belonging to the earth, this dimension, this time, this body, this family. Now look down and recognize that first and foremost, you belong to yourself, fully supported by the blessings of your whole and healed ancestors, held in the embrace of your community. This place of coming together accepts only your belonging, so you can accept and embrace it too. This is lovely energy, particularly Gemini, as you are often named the twins, the sign of the twins. Energy, when you think of the caduceus, the medical symbol that we so often associate with healing, even Kundalini, is also really spoken to in this card. Your left side, your right side, your parents having birthed a unique creation, but having held you someplace where you belong. Coupled with the Judgment card, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. This is absolutely speaking about your development as an individual from a strong family bond and foundation to your own unique expression of who you are with your own unique challenges and struggles. So this is setting out a really interesting course at a moment when we are gaining an opportunity as a whole social unit, as a tribe, as a country, as members of the world, citizens of the world, to allow old structures, old patterns, old forms of behavior to melt away, to crumble, while we begin to recognize that what seemed impossible is in fact possible for us, and how you're working that out in your own life. Something has been created, something has been established with you and other like members. In the 10th house, the house of your social position, the way others see you, the Ace of Swords is speaking to this precise revelation, this sense that out of a kind of normative existence, a pathway through the rules and regulations of business, relationship, home, family, the societal norms that we have come to accept as part of living in a larger social group, you're recognizing and envisioning what lies beyond, the possibilities beyond. And this is also a great attunement to your intuition. This is not evidence that you see with your eyes or feel, but this is what you are experiencing and allowing into your life. And this revelation is part of what is fueling your desire to communicate, to share this information, to be in conversation with your peers, your colleagues. This is a divine light, your pursuit of a greater, higher truth that is relevant not just to you, but to others. In the first house, your perspective is the practical Queen of Pentacles. You are a producer. You are a giver. You are an organizer of effort. You understand a solid work ethic, and you pursue your goals, your achievements with the same tireless devotion to consistent, steady practice. And in this way, it indicates that you are perhaps a leader, a manager, an organizer, an administrator, someone who is responsible for the efforts, the work, the achievements of others. You taking responsibility for the overall health of an organization, a project, a community, a family. So this is the perspective that you are entering into, this more imaginative space of what lies beyond, now that you feel solidly aligned with a team, with an organization, in a partnership, in a family, and are responsible for being productive. What is the goal that you now see possible, that you hadn't seen possible before? In the 4th house, the house of your home, your family, your foundation, the 3 of Cups talks about a beautiful abundance of support, positive energy that flows to you. And that positivity is not just rainbows and sunshines. This is being in a safe, protected space with individuals who care for you, who attend to you, who notice you, and who value you so that you can express yourself freely. And that absolutely, especially includes what is difficult, what is painful, what hurts, so that you can process your emotions in a healthy way. And have some opportunity to hear your own story as it is mirrored back to you through people who absolutely are interested in the best version of you that you desire to be. In the 7th house of significant others, the 8 of Swords. I feel that you may be looking at a team, a particular group, family members, perhaps that you have not been aligned with or associated with for a while, perhaps a team you once belonged on that you are envisioning or you desire to connect with. And that desire is perhaps a bit riddled by guilty thoughts, uncomfortable thoughts, shameful thoughts of perhaps inappropriate actions, judgments, words that were spoken, ways that you alienated yourself from this group. It feels as though it is in the distant past, and rather than look at that past, you really want to move forward, but you are anxious about the residue of guilt, of consequences that you left behind, consequences you may never have faced, even if that was simply an apology. If this reading, Gemini, is resonating with you so far, if you're resonating with my style, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. Thank you so much. I'm sure many of you know and understand how important it is for me to receive your engagement in whatever form is comfortable to you. I'm going to clarify the Queen of Pentacles in the first house with the Eight of Pentacles, and I'm going to go through all the axis of the wheel for the Three of Cups in the fourth house, the Star, for the Eight of Swords in the seventh house, the King of Wands, and for the Ace of Swords in the 10th house, the Eight of Wands. Okay, 2 eights. I like that very much. That's all about you on your grind, doing your part, devoted, expending the effort not only to do something very well, very carefully, methodically, deliberately. This is almost crafting a goal. It's not just the planning for it, but it is the actual taking each step as deliberately, as righteously as possible. So this is not just working, being productive. This is being productive in the best way, to the highest standard that you're capable of. And this absolutely is aligned with your own development of yourself, perhaps in retrospect to an experience with a group or an individual that you feel that you are alienated from, quite likely through your own actions or words, having said things you didn't really mean, having done things that you regret doing, or you see the negative consequences on that group that you did it to or with. So part of your ability to work clearly towards a goal now, and it may be the reestablishment of this cultural or social foundation, is improving on yourself, taking responsibility for your part in any failures in former relationships, understanding that as you rebuild, as you build this relationship or foundation in the present moment, you're doing it correctly. You're not taking any risks. You're not overstepping. You're not rushing forward, which can be your tendency. In the fourth house. Okay, these dropped off and I completely neglected them. I'm going to put them aside. Back here, I'll see where they fit. So the Three of Cups in the fourth house is clarified by the Star card. This is showing me that the support that you've always had, and this feels to me like a very strong family basis for you. There was some real loving support, not necessarily from your parents, although that could be the case, but I feel like your family, your extended family, offered you a lot of loving attention, concern, protection, support. And that recognition of how honored you were to have individuals among your family system. This can also be in a place of professional work or practice that really saw your potential, that really recognized that you could go beyond where you were expected to go. They saw your special qualities, and they saw that beneath your practical, hardworking exterior, that you really had a larger vision of the kind of world you wanted to be a part of and the kind of world you were willing to create. In the seventh house, again, the Eight of Swords with the King of Cups. This feels as though it belongs here. So the Page of Cups is telling me that you are now experiencing an opening of your heart. And that opening of your heart is allowing you to be responsible, to be honest with yourself about undesired consequences of your actions that were hurtful to others and that forcibly separated you from others that you value, that you believe meant were telling you the truth. And that there is now, as a result of your experience, a more practical approach to healing whatever fissure or break you experienced with this group or family member, partnerships, that is giving you the maturity to own up to want to own up to not only what you have done or said that caused damage, but the desire to move beyond that, to understand that there's something better on the other side of that, and that your action to reapproach this situation, to mend this situation, is in part because you do see value on the other side. You see how this solid union, community, collaboration can be not only inspirational and exciting, you are growing something that will be motivating to others. This feels like an opportunity, quite likely for business, quite likely to create something that will be profitable, or to invest in something that is not only inspirational, but will yield some significant abundance that goes back to the group, that goes back to the family. And that is in part, again, because of your investment in your own imagination. You're trusting the support that you have had from the beginning. And that is what is inspiring you to be creative with an episode in your family or professional life that is ready to be healed now by your assertive action moving forward. In the 10th house, the Ace of Swords is clarified by the Eight of Wands. And this, rather than describing your phenomenal energy, your quick-witted, energetic approach to what you understand to be true, I believe that once you understand your creative potential here, your opportunity to be victorious in some area that damage was caused. And I'm not suggesting that you caused all the damage, but you certainly took part in some uh, shaky, shady decision making. But as you accept that revolution, accept that truth, understand that there is possibility for growth and forward movement, things begin to move very quickly with others. And I do see your ability to be honest, to be apologetic, to take responsibility, to not gloss over damage done, but to own it, is rapidly leading you to making connections, building unity among ideas and goals that you would like to um, uh, pursue with this particular group or in these partnerships that are giving you opportunities you hadn't had the access to in the past. They're connecting you up with people. Their potential to take you new places, new opportunities for you to grow and participate at a much higher level of social impact than you've experienced in the past. So this feels very absolutely victorious, rapid victories coming as a result of your ability to really work through this precious foundation, this social and emotional foundation that you recognize deserves to be celebrated through your right action in the present moment. I'm going to finish up this reading with an oracle card. And the Amazonite flipped over very quickly, and that seems to be a sign to me. And the key word is life purpose. I'm fully aligned to and living my life purpose. I believe that those Geminis I'm speaking to today, whoever I'm speaking to, is very clear about what your skills are and what your path as a result of those gifts are. And so I feel that you are experiencing some kind of major release that is quite possibly setting you off on a new path. Thank you again, Gemini. Please like, share, subscribe. Until next time, namaste.